Hey guys, welcome back to part 2. In this episode, we're going to find out why this bar and chain was smoking and what I did to fix it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, please share and set those reminders so you can see what the next adventure is. Alright, so in part 1, you may have seen that, man, I was leaning heavy on that clutch. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that clutch, and then we're going to replace the clutch, and we're going to see what happens. Alright guys, here we go.
So this is my understanding of how this clutch works. You have these 3 clutch plates that are held together by these springs. They're held tight by these springs, but when centrifugal force is applied by the engine spooling up, then these clutch plates pull apart. As they pull apart, they increase their distance, causing them to rub on the inside of this clutch casing, causing the clutch casing to turn. So when some idiot applies the brake, which tightens this band on the outside here that you can barely see, to the outside ring, it holds this piece still. This piece is still, this piece is spinning, this piece rubs on the inside of this clutch casing, and it makes one of those 2 surfaces smoother than it should be. So now that they're smoother than they should be, when you put it under a little bit heavier load, it tends to slip inside of this casing, heating up the clutch and the casing, which also ends up heating up my bar and my chain, which is why my bar and chain end up smoking. But it's just a side effect of a problem with my clutch that I caused being an idiot.
Alright, so I replaced the clutch assembly and I think that's going to do the trick. We're going to cut up this bunch of logs. Hopefully it goes through it all. I can stack it for the winter and my saw works again. Alright, let's find out, guys. I don't know, guys. Well, that was kind of frustrating. It ended up not being the clutch at all. It was just a problem with my chain. Now, it was putting out good chips, so I did not think it was the chain. But the problem was one side was putting out good chips and the other side was putting out either sawdust or nothing. It was just rubbing against that log, causing friction, which caused heat and, you guessed it, smoke. So it was the chain in this case. I should have looked closer at it. I went back to that log where everything went downhill and I looked at it. Here's a picture of it.
you can see where there's that hollow spot. Well, that hollow spot had some sand in it, and it was enough to file down my saw. You can even see some burn marks if you look closely. I'm positive that's where it happened. It was a dull chain. I put the new chain on. It cuts great. I finished up all the logs in my yard, stacked them, and we're ready for winter. So in this case, it ended up being the chain, but if you have a smoking bar, it could definitely be your chain, bar, oiler, or maybe even the clutch. And if it is any one of those things, you can come back to this video and see how it's done. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Come back for my next adventure.